Hey guys, it's Greg back with another video on data science and machine learning, and today I'm going to ask the question and answer the question, is a professional certificate or specialization from Coursera right for you? Okay, so stick around to see for all the different people I'm going to talk about and your different situations that this might make sense for you and which ones might make sense. Now, if you're looking for any of them, they're all in the description below, not all of them, but the most popular ones are in the description below, and make sure to take a look at any of them if you're interested. Now, an honest review of, in general, a professional certificate. So, by the way, the difference between a professional certificate and a specialization from Coursera is that basically a specialization means Coursera is going to give you this this thing on your LinkedIn that says you did this thing. It's issued by Coursera. If you get it from, say, IBM Professional Data Science Certificate, they are certifying you. It's from IBM saying, no, we trust you. So that is the main difference. And the instructor material is more commonly from people like IBM people. Okay, so in general, why do I think you should get a certificate? Well, the people that I do think should get a certificate absolutely are those who are either not getting a university education, or you are not from a popular university, or your program is not relevant. Okay, so three things right at the get-go. If you don't have a university education at all and it's difficult to obtain one, and you are able to get a professional certificate, I highly would recommend getting that. And really anything you can get that shows from any sort of source. Like, we trust, I go to university at University of Waterloo, which I will flaunt right here, is because, quite honestly, people respect it. Okay, I'm a bit of a sellout in that, and I think everybody else is too, where we need companies and universities backing us up saying, no, we trust this person because they have worked very hard to do this. Now, not everyone can do this at university or even a popular university. There's not that many. And Waterloo is good enough for me. So if you ask, hey, why don't you have a certification on your LinkedIn? It's because personally, I'm very happy with the university education that I have. Now, not everybody has that. And so if you don't have a university education at all, highly recommend it. If you are from a university that is not super well known, then you might get by. You might be able to get by with the projects and the skills that you know. You might be able to get by, but it's going to be kind of difficult without having at least some experience already, and getting that experience might be difficult if you don't already have it. You may want to look into that. Now, also, if even you're from a respected university, but say you're doing something kind of similar to this, say mechanical engineering. Obviously, it's not very similar to data science, but the point is that it's like a STEM tech field, but it's not like you're going to do too much programming and too much statistical analytic kind of mindset. So if you're from that background and you're looking to get into data science, it might really be a nice push for you if you have your bachelor's or whatever it is in, say, mechanical engineering or arts or health or whatever it is. If you are trying to get into data science, then you may want to have that as well, but that'll be your niche. So that'll be the kind of job that you might work in. At least if you say you're a mechanical, you might work at a like robotics firm or something like that. Then, for example, you can get the IBM Data Science Professional Certificate, and that's going to show, hey, this is my solid education that I have, but also I have this certificate saying I did this on the side, and this company trusts me that I also know these skills. So I'm really, really good at this. And also the certificate shows that I'm pretty good at this. Our certificate is really not going to show that you are a complete master at this kind of thing. You need to show that through your own cool projects. Yes, they will give you projects that are extremely beneficial to, if you don't have any on your resume, they'll be really good. But in a very recent video, which I'll link above, I was talking about how you really need to showcase your own projects that are unique and you can dream them up. And some really good questions were asked in the description of that video, or in the comments section. And I was basically saying, I can think of a problem that I've never thought of before and come up with it. You need to be able to do that if you haven't already. I'm getting a little bit off track, but the main point is that if you're looking for a professional certificate in data science, then you probably should get that, but you also need to make sure that you're getting your own projects and doing your own work to show what you've learned from that is not just memorizing whatever's in the material and copying whatever is there. Okay, so that's the main point there. Now, another very important thing regarding these is the content. So how do you know which one is actually really good and which one is right for you? Well, I do have a tier list, which I'll link above. I didn't go into super big depth about each one of them. Ask me if you want to make a review on all of them. I can actually do that. Or you could just ask me below which ones you think are really good and which ones does Greg recommend that you take. I can ask you about your situation for sure. But in general, I can go over the popular ones and why you might want to take these. Now, if you're looking into deep learning, then just do the deep learning specialization. It's actually updated recently to be more modern. It's extremely good. I audited the course personally, and I learned the material myself. Except if you're in any of those situations I described before, you're probably going to want to actually get the certificate and put that on your LinkedIn. So if you're looking about learning deep learning and you want to show it to people, get that one. If you're learning machine learning, which yes is very close to deep learning, well, the machine learning thing from Andrew Ng is absolutely exceptional. It is, but mind you, in Octave. Okay, Octave is a programming language I doubt you ever heard of unless you've taken that course. You may have heard of MATLAB. It's basically free MATLAB because MATLAB is not free. Okay, so the reason he does that, and MATLAB is called Matrix Laboratory, because basically it's very, very easy, and like everything is a vector or a matrix in that. And so you can imagine that fits very well into machine learning. And so it's basically, he's doing that because it's very minimal programming to get the stuff set up. So he's trying to teach you, say, linear regression, which, you might need to do a lot of programming in that. It's actually still pretty easy in Python, but basically you can set that up in just a couple matrix formulas, and that's the algorithm right there. So again, getting a little bit off topic, but a lot of people ask me about that machine learning course where, hey, Greg, do you still recommend that even though it's in Octave? Yes, absolutely. I do. It's really, really good if you want to learn anything about machine learning. Even it goes a little bit into deep learning, but not too much. If you want to do deep learning, he did deep learning right after that and just do the specialization. Machine learning does have some stuff in there that I don't believe is touched on too much in the deep learning specialization, which is very, very important concepts if you don't know them already, like overfitting a model and train, test, and validation sets. Why those are important. That's the reason I understand those so well is from that material, and Andrew Ng is just an amazing teacher. So I would definitely go for those. Now, so if you want to learn machine learning, I'd take that course. If you want to do deep learning, I would do the deep learning specialization. And if you really want it to be in Python, then, well, that's another reason you should take the IBM data science or I forget what it's called, applied AI. It's probably a little more difficult in Python. It's not more difficult because it's in Python. It's just a more difficult Python machine learning course from IBM. It's very good, or certificate as well. Okay, so those are the really, really popular ones. There's some as well, like if you just want to learn Python, there's Python for Everybody by University of Michigan, which is really good. And unfortunately just went off of sale. It was until May 12th. So you're gonna have to pay full price for that right now, but it's still really, really good. And yeah, so that's the summary. I hope that makes sense. If you like today's video, please give a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you want to know anything more about these certificates or learn machine learning, please subscribe to the channel and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.